feel like a jumbling.
That was wrong when you said that, by the way.
Yeah, well.
Stand by. Beep.
Oh. Oh. I hit the no shoot.
There you go.
You want to do it?
Sure.
Come on. Ready? Yeah, you shot low too.
Yeah, I think it's the sight. It's the sight.
Yeah.
Got much more
Can't
gear.
say that on YouTube.
Unalive myself. What you think?
I think you look like Blake Shelton, autistic operator. All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Alexander Armory. And yes, this is our first ever Christmas special. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Yes, we are talking today about the H&K MP5SD, which is one of the most recognizable subguns ever. This gun has been in so many action movies, especially in the 80s and 90s. And not to mention, this gun has been in just about every first-person shooter video game ever. So, and it's one of my favorites in Call of Duty. So, all right, so let's talk about the MP5SD a little bit. Now, every MP5 does have the roller delayed operating system, which is why this gun just very accurate, very easy to hold on target, especially in shooting in full auto, which unfortunately we can't show you here on YouTube because of their reasons. But rest assured, this gun is very easy to hold on target at high rates of fire. And I'll give you a rough explanation on roller delayed, on the roller delayed blowback system. So on either side of the bolt, there's these little rollers, and when the bolt goes forward into battery, they lock into place. And once fired, and enough gas builds up to, begin to push the bolt back. Those rollers go back inside the bolt and unlocking and ejecting your spent round and loading the next round into the chamber. So instead of being direct blowback, which if you ever fired an AR style 9mm or especially open bolt subguns that fire from an open bolt position, slams forward, and yeah, you're going to experience a lot more recoil. But with that delayed blowback system, it is just so smooth, so easy to hold on target, follow-up shots, all that good stuff. It just runs great. Like Micah said, it runs like a sewing machine.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a sewing machine. And
very true. So it is so much fun to shoot this gun. If you've never fired one, I highly encourage you to go to a range or you can try one out, or they are just outstanding and very reliable weapons. And of course, there's I know there's other, clones and stuff out there. I've not had I don't think I've had any range time with the clones, maybe once or twice, but maybe soon we'll have a comparison video and do see how they stack up. Now, the SD, let's talk about what's so special about this versus just a standard MP5 or SP5 with a suppressor on it. As you saw in we had Micah's SP5 out there when he had a Silencer Co. Omega 9K, which that gun was awesome. He had the aim point on it, and red dots are a must. I mean, I don't care, rifle, shotgun, even handguns, red dots are the future now. You need a red dot. And we were able to shoot a lot more accurately and faster with the SP5 because of that red dot. Getting down on the gun with the sights, I mean, you see how I kind of got to scrunch down. It's not terrible, but it is way more ideal to just have a taller mounted red dot, and of course faster target acquisition, all that good stuff, assuming your red dot sighted in correctly. but the sights aren't terrible. I mean, you have the diopter style sights where you can adjust for different, if you're up close, farther away, you can adjust that rear sight there. Now, we do have an ancient Surefire with pressure pad, and yes, she still works. It's not super bright, but I kept it on just because I like the classic. I don't know, I saw it kind of look cool, but yeah. Now, suppressor, it threads right over top the barrel. Yeah, to remove the suppressor, you just simply counterclockwise remove suppressor, and then you can see, looking down into the handguards, there's a 5.7-inch barrel in the gun. How they get this gun to be so quiet is by drilling small holes at the base of the barrel to bleed off, a little bit of gas, and it slows down the round, taking it to a subsonic, essentially turning supersonic rounds into subsonic rounds. So it removes that loud crack you hear with any standard MP5, SP5, or any gun for that matter. Just firing supersonic rounds through a suppressed weapon, you're still going to get that loud audible crack. Which is not hearing safe. It is an all aluminum suppressor, but you do have a stamped steel receiver, and of course, where the fire control group, the lower and pistol grip is polymer. And this one does have the H&K sling on it, and I taped mine up because I wanted to just rock it like a 2-point, and I just prefer it this way. So I can, wear it cross body, drop a shoulder out. It is a little tight right now to do to change position, but not too bad. No, it works. And then of course you can collapse the stock on here, and if you need to, if you're wearing a vest, body armor, whatever. There are different variations of the SD, and I have H&K's operator manual, and I went through and read all the different classifications. This particular model is the MP5SD 3. It has the retractable stock, but it does not have the ambi safety selector, fire control selector. So now moving up to the 4 and 5 and into the N, which is the Navy model, which is a lot different. It has the Navy has a stainless steel suppressor and stainless steel receiver because of, obviously being out in saltwater. Yeah, that's a must. 4 and 5 have the ambi controls and of course the collapsible stock. So, and I really wish this had an ambi selector, which the SP5 that we were using on the range, Micah's SP5, did have the ambi selector, and that is just great. I love the ambi selector. I felt like it would have been a whole lot easier to, manipulate the fire control group a little bit better with an ambi, of course. Another accessory I have on hand is the mag coupler, which is, and it is stamped with, it is the H&K stamped coupler. and I liked it. I've never actually used a magazine coupler on ARs or any type of firearm before, and I like it. I mean, yes, it does aid in, you know, speeding up your reload. Now, while I'm on that note, select AR-15s if you've ever had a fully loaded magazine and the bolt is closed and you try to seat the mag into the rifle. The magazine will not properly seat, and that's why often a lot of guys will just load about 28 rounds, 29 rounds, whatever, so that they don't run into that issue. Now, same thing with the MP5 or the SP5. If you are firing and you run out of ammo and you have to do a speed reload, you will have to lock the bolt back, seat the mag, and you can slap it. But on the note of that, so I did see a video of a guy, he was talking about why he didn't like slapping the bolt. It's not, his reasoning for it was in a speed reload scenario. If you went to do that and missed, I mean, sure. In a speed reload, when I was trying to reload fast on running one of the courses, I did reload and I just went over like that. Yeah, the slap looks cool, but in a speed reload scenario, is that a problem? I don't know. You guys be the judge of that. But it definitely looks cool to slap it. So in this particular one, you notice that it has the markings on the where the safety selector, fire selector is SEF. And according to H&K and their owner, the operator manual, it is the most common markings on US and foreign models of the gun. And I have here a page from the H&K operator manual, because there's no way I was going to remember these words. But the S stands for SICHER, Sicher, I don't know, which of course means safe. And semi-automatic is E, and in German that's Einzelführer, Einzelfire. I'm butchering it, I know. And then of course F, fully automatic, or in German that is Feuerstoss. Yeah. So, and then they have other models too that have the 3F, which would be the 3-round burst. And they also had another on a different page. F also stood for Unbegrenzter Feuerstoss, which when I Google, according to Google Translate, that is unlimited fire mode. But yeah, so I think that sounds a lot cooler. But the German language is awesome. I have to say, everything, all our words sound way more hardcore in German. So the MP5SD, I know I'm not the first to do a video on this, and I know it's probably not the best, but I really enjoyed doing it, and we filmed a lot of footage with this gun and the SP5, and unfortunately I cannot show all of that footage on YouTube because of their policy on fully automatic fire. They don't like it. So I will be finishing up the video. I do have a Rumble account now, so make sure I'll put my Rumble account in the description, and along with the Instagram I now have for the channel, so you can. And I am trying to post more about what I'm working on and what we got going on with the channel and upcoming videos. So definitely make sure you're following me there. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And most importantly, I hope you're having a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a Happy New Year. I hope 2025 is better for you all. And I know this time of the year can be stressful. You got family and kids, you're trying to, get gifts for everybody. It can be very expensive. But I just want to remind not only myself, but everyone watching, especially myself, just to slow down, take time with your family, enjoy, just be in the now. And I'm talking to myself here too. So we just got to remember that, guys. I know it's tough. Everything's more expensive, and you feel like you got to work 3 or 4 jobs just to make ends meet. But guys, you got to make time with your family. That's all I got for you. Merry Christmas and happy birthday, Jesus. He is the reason for this season. That is not about getting gifts. It's just about remembering and celebrating the birth of my Lord and Savior. So God bless you, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and we'll see you next time. One more thing before you guys take off. We got to get Micah's input on the MP5SD. But before we hear that, I wanted to say thanks, Micah, for coming back and helping me film these videos. It really has helped out, and I hope you had a very Merry Christmas and a awesome New Year. So go ahead and tell us, what are your thoughts on the MP5SD? How you like the SD versus the SD? Or SP5.
It's sweet. I mean, it's the SD, so I mean, it's hard to not instantly love this thing. Nitpicks, I mean, it's as much as I love the collapsible brace, and or stock, I'm gonna get one of these for mine eventually. It's not ideal. I mean, you're having to squinch down with those iron sights. If it had a red dot with a, you know, somewhat of a good mount on there, I think it'd be a lot better. You know, you're not having to turtleneck it down. I'm a 226 Supremacy guy height. I wouldn't go 226 on this, but yeah, that would make the stock a lot more nice to shoot. Other than that, I mean, it's sweet. It is what it is. It's the SD MP5. It's a gun that you just love to shoot. I mean, it just puts a smile on your face every time. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Super cool gun, a lot of history behind it. Versus the SP5, I don't know. I mean, if I were to take one, life depended on it, I would go SP5. But I mean, that's cool factor and everything else. I mean, the SD wins. That's not even close. But so it's a tie. It's a toss up for me. I love them both in their own ways.